Hey, it's me. Happy Valentine's Day. Woo! It's already Valentine's. It's nighttime over here, by the way. You might be busy right now, but I wanted to leave a message. It's Valentine's, though we can't be with each other right now in person. I'll always think of you in the heart. Miss you a lot. We'll meet each other next time. Be safe, how I always worry. Always gotta be safe. I'll call you back. Sincerely, happy birthday.
The views and opinions of this program are those of the persons appearing on the program and do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of the Kingdom podcast. The show might include strong images and language that may not be suitable for all audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.
After 3 long years,
Welcome back, Commander.
here we are again.
Say what?
Again with the angst, the controversy, and wit that can withstand anything or anyone it's up against. Here to give you the scoop about K-pop and other crap you can think of, the prima donna of K-pop radio is back. Better, stronger, and well, he's still the rowdy asshole everyone expects him to be. Thy kingdom come! Welcome the evil stepchild of SLR the podcast, the Kingdom Podcast. And here he is, the man of the hour, the best among the rest, and your resident K-pop critic, the voice, DJ Yuuki.
Welcome back to the podcast. It is a Monday afternoon in the Philippines, the 24th of August, 2020. My name is Yuuki. This is the Kingdom Podcast brought to you by Anchor.fm. You can like us on Facebook. It's facebook.com/thekingdompod. You can follow us on Twitter at @KingdomPodcast_, and you can follow me on Twitter at Yukemeister. Today is, I'm not aware. It's not that I'm not aware of this, of this idol group. I know that they're freaking awesome. I know that they're very talented people. It's just that I seldom like boy groups. Like the boy groups I really like are probably Big Bang, EXO at one point, like Super Junior unselected members. But I like them as a whole. But this group right here, I am pretty much excited to guess this girl because as far as we know, she's probably, if not the biggest, one of the biggest NCT fans in the country. 24,000 followers on Twitter. It's nuts. Feeling ko nga mali yung math ko eh. Is it 24,000? Is Red? Oh, 27. Sorry.
It's
Fuck.
27,000.
Shit,
right
man.
now.
Sorry for the 3,000 that followed her. I mean, I'm really sorry. But ladies and gentlemen,
gosh.
here to talk about freaking NCT in general, please welcome on the show. This is Red. How you doing?
Hey. Hi, I'm very nervous at this moment. But I think I'm also excited to share about you guys about NCT.
Exactly. I mean, I think like compared to maybe like other boy groups, I feel like NCT is not getting the attention they deserve. Not because of like they're more of like the rookie group compared to the other boy groups, but it's like I don't really know. But I just feel like it's not popping up on my timeline. I follow a lot of multi fandoms and whatnot, but probably I'm just not following the right people. I'm glad that Red is here to talk about NCT, and I'm really excited to talk to you guys about it as well because, like, to be honest, I rarely know anything about NCT. Not because I don't want to follow them, but because sobrang seldom. So like I don't really follow boy groups. And I really need to have that kind of intervention to follow a boy group. That's basically what I did back then. Before I didn't like Big Bang, and then someone talked to me about Big Bang, and then I started to like them. Same goes to EXO, and then same goes to Super Junior, I guess. I was pretty late. So I'm just glad, Red, you're here. We can talk about NCT.
It's a great honor to talk about NCT today.
To be honest, like if I had a bias in NCT, I feel like it's Mark. I don't know.
Mark, yes. Oh
I
my
like
goodness.
him. I like him.
Everyone likes Mark because he's like one of the most fully capable idol in the industry
I
right
agree.
now.
I agree. I've been watching
Yes.
because I didn't know much of NCT. So when I started talking to Red here, I told her like, I need to watch more NCT and whatnot. So I did, and I like it.
Yes, you definitely like them.
I feel like Kick It is
I assure you.
my favorite song of them. Is that Kick It?
What?
Kick It?
Oh my gosh, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
I feel like Kick It
became
is
more. It became very popular among other K-pop idols because it's very unique and it has catchy
Yeah,
vibes.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And we're gonna talk more of that today here on the podcast episode in time for NCT Dream's anniversary. Freaking A! How many years now?
4 years. They will be celebrating their 4 years now.
Damn, 4 years. So they kind of like debuted like in line with probably like who's the girl group that debuted like 4 years ago? Probably Blackpink, right?
Blackpink.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
So they debuted
Were
like
in-
around the same time.
Yes, 2016 also.
Yeah, okay, that's good stuff. So here we're gonna talk about NCT, and NCT Dream's anniversary, their 4th year anniversary here on the pod today. So we'll go to our first commercial break, and then when we come back, we'll have more of the show, and we'll start talking about your beloved 18 plus members. It's nuts. It's nuts. I mean, 18 like. Well, they're technically,
21.
you're right, +3, whatever. We'll talk about that later on. But yeah, we'll get to our commercial break and then we'll be right back. Don't go away.
Hey, this is Jacques, aka Arcady Blog, and you're listening to the Kingdom Podcast with the voice DJ Yuuki.
What's up, simps? How many of you guys use Spotify as your main music or podcast player? On Spotify, you can listen to all your favorite songs or shows, this show included, and choose over a variety of artists and podcasters for your listening pleasure. So don't forget to download Spotify on your smartphones, and in the process, follow me on social media so that you'll know when the Kingdom Podcast will be on air. That's Yukmeister on Twitter and Instagram. See you there. Hey podcasters. Podcasting in the Philippines is at an all-time high. You should check out a lot of podcasts around the market. That being said, for us to continue to put out content, I hope you can support us for as low as 99 cents via our Anchor account. Go to anchor.fm/kingdompodcast/support. We want to get as much episodes out there as possible, and a small amount would totally be helpful to keep the show going. It'd mean a lot to us to get your support. And hopefully, the Kingdom Podcast will be on your list as one of the best podcasts to listen to. Now let's get back to the podcast.
Hey podcasters, this is Mo Twister, and you're listening to the Kingdom Podcast with the voice DJ Yuuki.
Welcome back. Thanks for sticking around. You're still listening to the Kingdom Podcast. Again, you can go to anchor.fm/Kingdom Podcast/support. You can donate as low as 99 cents via our Anchor account. So, if you got spare change, it will really help the podcast keep on going. So again, it's anchor.fm/Kingdom Podcast/support. You can also go to anchor.fm/Kingdom Podcast. You can search it up there. We're available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and wherever you listen to your podcast nowadays, which in this episode we will be posting it on Spotify and Apple Podcasts as well. In time for NCT Dream's 4th anniversary. You're still with me, Yuuki, and this is Red.
Yes, hi. Hi, everyone.
Red is from the Philippines, if you guys don't know, because she tweets a lot of
Yes.
like in English, which some of you might not have known that, but yeah, Red is from the Philippines. She speaks Tagalog. She's
Apo.
so she's like I think she's 35 years old now. No, I'm kidding.
No.
No, joke lang. It's like 34 lang, 34.
No. I just turned 20 years
See?
old last year.
So young, so young. I remember when I was
Very young.
20. When I was 20, I started doing the podcast. And then I went on like a 3-year break.
Ooh.
And then
Ooh.
ayun. I used to do the podcast for Girls' Generation Philippines, and then
Wow.
yep, I did like a
Expert.
like my own station, basically online station, where myself and a ton of other DJs from around the world like stream weekly and daily shows. So yeah, when I was 20, it was pretty boring for me. But you, look at you, 20 years old, 27,000 followers.
Oh my
Not
gosh.
discounting the 53 others. 27,053. That's nuts.
Yeah,
That's nuts, Red.
very overwhelming.
Yeah, what happened? What did you do? What's your secret?
For me, it's like, hindi ko po namalayan on why I reached 27,000 followers. It's like, I think people like the contents of my every tweets. And of course, if they follow account, it means that they want to stay connected to every
Right.
updates that I post.
Right.
Because most importantly, I post updates there on NCT, and most especially on my bias, it's Pakchi song. So I think if people followed me so that they can see more of like updates, like photos and videos like that. But I'm really, really glad that there are 27,000 people who are sticking with me to support NCT and WayV together, because I think it's very overwhelming
Yeah,
to have that amount.
it's nuts. I mean, 27,000, you're probably the ikaw na siguro yung pinakamaraming followers na nag-guest dito sa podcast.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that
Thank you po.
the
It's an honor.
the next one was around, I think, 24,000. A lot of followers
Wow.
still, but yeah, dude, 27,000. That's nuts.
Wow. Yes, I'm really, really glad also, and still in shock why on how. But yeah, thank you so much for everyone that's following me and keep sticking with me.
Yeah, she's in shock. You should start unfollowing her. Anyway.
No, guys.
All right. So let's get to know Red a little bit. You might just follow her and probably don't have that kind of personal interaction with her except for Twitter and whatnot. I want to get to know Red a little bit because like you, I don't really know Red, we just reached out to her. Hey, are you interested in doing a
Yes.
podcast? Okay, that's awesome. So Red, what's your name, address, contact number? Joke lang.
Delivery.
No, I want to
I'm going
get
send
I want to get to know you of the GCash, gonna Mastercard. I want to get to know you. When did you start standing NCT? I mean, what happened? Ano yung nagpakilala sa'yo? Or when did you start? Probably
okay.
NCT is not your first group that you stand, you know?
Yes. It was EXO. It
Oh,
was
EXO. Okay.
It was EXO, yes. And apparently they are the second group that I'm standing right now. Second boy group that I'm standing right now. So I think, oh my gosh, I'm so nervous. My backstory on how did I discover and became a fan of NCT is, it's pretty simple, but I think it's also interesting and unique, because I think for me it's really, really unique because it happened the exact day 4 years ago. It was August 25, 2016. Last 2016. Okay, so it was one morning, DJ Yuki. It was one morning when I was, of course, that day I was a grade 10 student. I was preparing myself to go to school. So as usual, I'm preparing myself and I
Listening
rested
to
for a while.
Urorong and stuff.
Yes. I'm resting that morning, and I suddenly checked my phone and go to YouTube to check my notifications, because maybe there are videos that I have missed, videos for my subscriptions, right? So I saw this video with a very cute thumbnail. Like, it's very cute. It's a very cute voice, and it says NCT Dream chewing gum. So
Oh,
I think
okay.
the title is pretty much cute by
Yep.
just the title only. So I got curious and clicked the music video, and I think by clicking that music video, it was the most life changing event, one of the most life changing events in my life. Because if I didn't click that music video, I was not able to be talking here right now.
Right.
So as I was watching the music video of NCT Dream Chewing Gum, I think I was just like cooing and kilig while watching it all throughout the music video, since they're so very cute. It's that time they were like 14 to 17 years old. Like they look literal babies. Oh my gosh.
They're like
Like
your age, right? Around that time?
yes, that's why I really, really got hooked into them that time. Like that, like I was like, oh my gosh, they're so cute. They're like babies, and I got really hooked because they have pretty vocals, and their
Right.
dance was also synchronized. And you know what's amazing that made me stick to them also, because they incorporated their choreography with hoverboards. Are you familiar with hoverboards, DJ Yuki?
Yeah. The thing that you
Hoverboard, yes.
stand on and then yeah, you go left,
Yes, they
right.
use
Yeah.
that in their choreography, in their dancing. So I think that's a very
It's
bright and
fresh,
unique
right?
idea for. Yes, I think it's very very fresh for a K-pop, and it's their debut music video. So I think I fell in love with them and their voices, their talent, their music video. So after that, I go to school, and when I went home after my school, I already researched about them, and then yeah, it started already. I
As
became already their fan. I followed them.
as if that she had to wait
Yeah.
until nakauwi siya para mag-research like in school, like mobile data. What's this
Like
group? You know?
I
um,
was very, very excited to go home, yes, that time, since I'm so excited to research about them.
right.
Because they're
And
really, really cute that time.
before you started standing NCT, you said that you stand EXO. Who's your bias in EXO?
Yes, yes. Also, I forgot to mention the reason why it's like I really got into them, because at first there's a one member, it's Jisung.
Yep.
I saw Sehun in him. I don't think so if it's only me, but it's I don't know if my
Oh,
eyes are
okay.
wrong, but I saw Sehun in him, so I was like, oh, I think this will be going to be a cute group. So yeah, I really researched about them and fell in love immediately.
Plus, they're like they're like the Hubis of EXO, right? So
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
very tight knit.
Mm-mm.
Syempre, same agency and whatnot, so they have the more or
Yes,
less the same training that they had, the same environment and
yes.
whatnot. So it's really cool. But it's nuts. Like if you think about it, like the
Mm.
members, uh, I can't. I
Yes.
mean, I
Why?
can't. I mean, it's not that I can't, that I don't want to. It's just that, like, I'm saying I can't in the context of, like, how do I even start getting to know them? And I know that's the normal casual fan thing where kung hindi mo pa sila sinastan, you wouldn't know how to differentiate them from each other. Like when Blackpink
Mhm.
debuted, like I had the same issue when freaking Girls' Generation, which is my ultimate bias group of all time.
Yes.
Well, what 9? Huh? Wait, one sec. Di pala 9, 8. What? So things like that where, I mean,
Seven.
I can't start. How do you start? And that's a rhetorical question. You don't have to answer that. But
Mm.
anyway, so you started standing NCT on the 25th, and that was like their debut and whatnot. And obviously,
Yes.
your bias is Jisung, so that's
Yes.
super
Hot
cool.
Jisung.
Um,
Mm.
Now, I want to ask you though, what's your tip on standing a group with like 18 plus members?
It's okay for me. Also based on my experience, because being able to stand a group with huge members, I think it really requires a lot of works. I think
Yeah.
that's what holding back other people to stand NCT, because they will think, oh my gosh, the members are so many. I don't think I
Right.
can remember them all. So of course there will be a lot of things to do, like memorizing all their names, their
Mm-hmm.
ages, birthdays, etc. like that. And of course, because they also came from different units, right? So there would be a lot of different content. So I
Mm-hmm.
think you should not pressure yourself on catching up all the updates and the contents that they're going to release, because I think that as long as you support them, as a group and in their individual work, I think you're going to be fine with that as long as you support them. But it's
Right.
okay if you don't like memorize everything like that. And also another experience, I think you can start off standing one unit first. For example, if like you're into a cheerful, energetic, or youthful concept, you can start off with NCT Dream because Dreamies are
Okay.
the teenage group of NCT, right? And
Mhm.
or for example, you're into fierce concept or more like hip hop,
Yeah,
dance pop, or
that's what
R&B.
I'm in.
You
Yeah.
can go and check to NCT 127 because their songs,
Ah.
the music videos were more on like that. Yes, like
That
the strong
probably
concepts.
why I'm drawn into Mark. I know that Mark is from
Oh.
127, right?
Mm-hmm.
You 127
Yes.
and Dream, right?
127, you Dream. Yes.
Yep. Okay.
Mark has both
Yeah.
units.
Damn. Like he's everywhere. So yeah,
Yes.
that's probably why I'm drawn into NCT 127 more compared to the other subunits. And that's not
Mhm.
discounting the other subunits. The other subunits are great. It's just that like
Yes.
for your musical preference, I'm more drawn into the 127 thing. But
Yes.
NCT-U is and Dream is like something else as well. Not discounting WayV.
Yes. They're also great, of
You know,
course.
yeah,
But I
it's
think
cool.
your taste goes to NCT 127, right?
Yeah, right. I'm drawn
Yes.
into that. I feel like
Yes.
if I were to stand like a subunit, that would be my
Mm-hmm.
top subunit.
Wow.
So
And also, you could also check if ever you like some contemporary R&B or hip hop or like more like electro pop
right.
vibes like
hmm
that. You can start off with WayV as well because their music is also very very amazing.
Yeah,
They're very talented.
I'm gonna have to check my NCT. WayV has the like 1, 2, 3, 5, 7 members. 1, 2, 3. Oh, they're the same as Dream. 7 members,
Yes,
right?
yes. They have 7 members as well. Yes.
Okay. Then 127 has 10, and then U has 9.
You depends on the comeback. The lineup of
Okay.
NCTU depends because the U in NCTU stands for United. So whoever suits the concept of this comeback, for
Oh,
example,
that's cool.
five person fits the concept, they will be having a comeback under NCTU. Or for example, there's another song that fits only 2 people, like Taeyong and Ten. They debuted a music video on NCTU called Baby Don't Stop.
Yep.
So it's only the 2 of them. So it really differs as time to time, depending on the concept of the comeback.
That's cool. That's a cool concept.
Yeah.
I think a lot of
Very-
and it eliminates, to be honest, like if you think about it, I've been a fan of K-pop for 11 years.
Mhm.
If you think about it, a lot of groups always have that kind of like, I want to debut a lot of members. But
Mhm.
then because SM tends to do that, right?
Mhm.
With
Yes.
Super Junior, EXO, even Girls' Generation, now NCT. It's like, subunits are a thing nowadays, but I think SM
Yes.
really brought that, like, hit that home run where
they
in
set the trend.
yeah,
of
where
the unit.
EXO had K and M, Super Junior had their subunits. Like it depends. They have like Super Junior has like what 95 members, and then like when they do a comeback, it doesn't have to be like all 95. It just has to be like 9 or 8 or 7, whatnot.
It's
So
like
yeah, that's
a
cool.
rotational unit.
Right,
Yes.
right. And NCT-U is like basically, if you think about it, that's the the definition of having a unit as NCT that's united. So and it will depend on who will suit the concept. If someone from WayV and Dream will suit the concept and 127 can rest for now, then they can just go and do the U, and that's totally awesome. And
Yes.
that's an interesting thought about it. Like other agencies should really think about debuting, like if they need to debut or if they want to debut like a ton of members, they don't have to necessarily put it as like all members in one song. They can split it up and then just debut them as this is the group, and then this is group A and group B, and then that's cool, and they released very different songs. And
Yes.
yeah, that is, now that I thought about it, yeah, that's pure genius. I think
Yes.
NCT but NCT will be like a prime example of what is to come in the K-pop industry. Because if they want to debut like tons and tons of members, they don't have to be pressured by debuting 18 members all at once. They can just, okay, you do this and then you do that. And then that's going to attract more sales, financially, and it'll attract more people to listen to them as a group because both of them don't have that same vibe, but any one of them could do the other thing, So they're very talented. That's all I have to say about NCT.
Very, very talented.
I love it. And I'm
I
sorry.
think every talent a K-pop idol would have, it all revolves around NCT and WayV members, all of them.
Yeah, I mean,
they have everything.
Yeah, you can think about it, the amount of members and whatnot, the talent is just oozing. And they wouldn't debut, like SM being the powerhouse in the K-pop industries, they wouldn't debut like, these guys if they don't think that they're, worthy of doing it. They've been producing like a lot of good songs, good groups and whatnot, and I trust that SM trusts these guys, these your beloved idols, that they can pull it off, which they already have, and they're still doing it like on a a normal basis. So sorry, I was really talkative. That's just me because I'm from the outside looking in. I just feel like NCT, tweak my interest. After this episode recording, I'm gonna look for NCT videos, which I've already been doing.
I think you should go. You should go watch more.
Yeah.
You can be drawn to them. They're very, very talented.
Mark, I love you, Mark.
Mark, if you're hearing this,
yeah,
you're a fanboy.
Right. Let me kiss your bunbunan. Anyway, all right. So, okay, here's a question for you, Red. This is what we call here in the podcast merch madness. Now, I know that a lot of you guys have been collecting, merchandise from your groups, myself included. I have the whole compilation of Mamamoo albums like here in the house. So yeah, it's nuts. I spent like tens and thousands of pesos for doing that. Yeah, exactly. Like I think like my Mamamoo collection, or my girlfriend and myself's Mamamoo's collection, probably ranged around 14 to 16,000. And that's cheap,
It's a lot.
It's a lot, but it's cheap. Like compared to the other people that, man, like one of my guests here, AC, I don't know, she's listening to the podcast. My first guest for the pod is AC. She's a Revelove, and she spent like 150,000.
That's so much love for Red Velvet.
That's too much love for Red Velvet.
Too much love.
Like, sabi ko, man, dude, down payment ng kotse yan. What the hell? You can buy a car for that amount, but I mean, no judgment, of course. I would do the same if I had the money, right? But like, now this is merch madness. I want to ask you, how much, so I have two questions. How much is the most expensive merch that you bought? And how much have you spent all in all? So let's start with how much is the most expensive, and what is that?
Okay, so as of now, the most expensive merch that I've bought is only costing 850 pesos.
Whoa.
It is the We Go. Yes, it's pretty cheap. It's the We Go Up album. I bought it last 2018, and it was the only album that I bought because I cannot afford some albums yet. Maybe in the future when I have my own funds already.
Right. So yeah, 850. That's not bad.
Yes.
That's actually pretty cheap, like compared to other albums. I mean, other albums range for like 1,000 to 1,500, right?
Yes. It's really cheap that time, so I asked my mom and a permission to buy it. So I'm really, really glad she allowed me. So it was my very first purchase of album
ever, like in any group.
Yes.
Oh, that's nuts.
It was my first.
Well, congrats. So
I'm really, really happy that time when I bought that.
Right. And yeah, that album is really cool looking. I need to listen to that album. I'm looking at the album right now, and yeah, Looks good.
Yes, you
Freaking
should
A.
definitely listen to it.
I really should. Okay, so that answers the most expensive. How much in total have you spent for your
Okay, so
NCT
now
madness?
I think it was just around 1,500 since it's like my I think I'm one of the blessed fangirl over here since I think God knows that I cannot afford these merches since
Sure.
I'm still a student, right? So
Right.
the money I'm a scholar. I am a scholar, but
Nice.
I cannot put my money on buying merch since there are many things to brought or to like that. So, but diba, I only bought one album only. But right now I already have 9 albums. You know why? The 6 albums I won it from giveaways, and the 3 albums were given by my friends.
No
So
way. You're
I
that
it's
lucky?
like yes, I always win on giveaways. Like even it's on randomizer or not, I won. I like it's like one of my trait as a fangirl. I rarely won in giveaways. I also won a NCT Light Stick from giveaway.
That's nuts. So it's not that you don't have a lot of merchandise because obviously you do. It's
Yes.
just that you've spent less because you've won everything from raffles.
Yes, that's why I always join giveaways. Giveaways are really the real deal since
Dang in.
when you're broke and you can and you can't buy every albums your idols that produce,
That's
you can just join giveaway.
nuts. That's awesome. I should change my
Yes,
name
thank
to
you.
Red.
Red is a blessed name.
Yeah, red is a blessed name. That's my favorite color. So, freaking A.
Yes.
Loving me with red. Yeah, right.
Yes.
Taylor Swift
Taylor
all the way. That's cool. I mean, you have a lot of merchandise, but then you didn't spend like a lot compared
Yes. I
to,
think that
other
made me
people.
really, really happy.
Yeah, that's nuts. Anyway, so yeah, that caps off that topic, and then we'll talk about a little bit. Let's open the topic before we get to our commercial break. Um, so I wanna ask you, like, what's the most outrageous fan event
Hmm,
that the
fan
fandom
event.
came up to support NCT? By the way, the fandom name NCTZENs, that is
Yes,
so witty.
NCTZENs.
And what?
NCTZENs.
Yeah, and
Yes.
Citizens. That is great. When I
Yes.
when I asked Red, like, what's the fandom name called? And Citizens. What? That's so witty. What the hell? That's so great. I mean,
Very unique.
very. I mean, that's nuts. I love the fandom name, by the way. What's the most outrageous fan event that you guys came up with to support
Okay,
NCT?
so this event was very, very recent. It happened last August 13. This was held by the China fan base
Oh,
of one NCT Dream
right.
member.
Mm-hmm.
The NCT Dream member, he celebrated his birthday last August 13. So this China fan base called na Jaemin Bar, you know what have they done?
Yeah.
They done the world's first satellite flashing the Morse code. It's like there's the
What?
satellite that flashed the Morse code. Yes.
No way.
The Morse code, the message inside it is Jaemin 0813 happy birthday. And it's really, really outrageous since that made Jaemin the first Korean idol to receive the Twinkling Star Support Project. I think that's very,
What's the
very.
name of the project? Twinkling Stars?
No, it was I forgot the name of the project,
Yep.
but it was done by the China fan base of Na Jaemin.
That's nuts.
I
What
think it
the
was.
hell? I'm gonna look.
Yes,
I'm looking right
you
now.
should look. Yes, you should look. It's a satellite that
What?
orbited around the Earth for about 90 minutes, like that.
Oh yeah, I'm seeing it right now. Oh man, that's so freaking
Yes.
cool.
So amazing, right? The amount of
No.
the amount of love they spent and money for Na Jaemin is really, really awesome. That's why we really appreciated China fan base for doing that kind of big, like
Oh
big event.
man. You guys are setting trends, Freaking
Yes,
A. We should do this for
really.
Mamamoo. Fuck. Pera, nasan ka? Dude, that is nuts. I'm seeing it right now. That's so cool.
Yes, it's really, really cool.
Oh my god. Filipino fans, come on. Level
go.
up. Let's go. Pandemic and all. Yeah, forget it. This is taking social distancing to a whole nother level, like a whole nother atmosphere. If you know what I mean. It's like, we as fans, andito tayo, and then the fan event is like thousands and thousands of kilometers away. That's social distancing at its finest. That's great.
Yes.
I love it. Oh my god, that's
it's really
nuts.
amazing.
Yeah, it really is. And I'm not saying that like, I don't want to exaggerate, but dude, a satellite Morse code generator for a birthday? I can only imagine what'll happen like, for freaking anniversaries. And tomorrow is going to be their anniversary on when this this episode will be released. Right. All right, so that's it for this episode. I want to thank Red. She's still going to be back on the next episode. Right, Red?
Yes.
Yeah,
Of course.
you have to be.
here.
You have to be.
Wow.
So, she's gonna be back for the next episode. We're still gonna talk about NCT, and of course the anniversary of NCT Dream,
Yes.
and that's going to be super awesome. We're gonna talk more of NCT for the next episode. So, it'll be probably posted, on the same day. So. Freaking A.
Hey.
That's going to be cool. So, yeah, thank you very much for listening to this episode. And just wait for the part 2 of the NCT special of the Kingdom podcast, of course, with Red over here. You can follow her on Twitter. I was actually confused. Her Twitter handle looks like Jisung-yi, but it's actually
Yes.
JL. So, JLSUNGLE. Yeah, Jul Sungil. Right?
Jill Sung-il. It's
Yeah.
not Ji Sung-il.
Yeah, it's Jil Sungil.
Sungil.
So don't be confused. When I checked on Ji Sung-il, he was like, huh? Wait, what? What happened? It's like 5 followers. Ano yun? So
No icon.
yeah, no icon. Huh? What? So yeah, it's Jil Sungil, but it looks like Ji Sung-il. So it's JLSUNGLE. You can follow her on Twitter there. And we'll be back for the next episode. So thank you very much for listening to this episode. And part 2 will be up really soon. Bye!
The Kingdom podcast is executively produced by the voice DJ Yuuki and is co-engineered by senior producer Jason Aguayo. Thanks to outreach managers Alison Pinafiel and Julia Manipa. Special thanks to Mr. Javier Pang. You can follow us on Twitter at Kingdom Podcast _ and Yuki at Yukemeister. Don't forget to check us out on Spotify and Anchor.fm for our off-air episodes, and on Twitch.tv/The Kingdom Podcast for our live episodes. See you next time!